Hey, good morning. So, today I would like to talk about how to prepare for a competition and how that relates to esports medley because esports medley is a special kind of competition. Hasn't really been done much before and could be difficult to prepare for. So, I used to actually coach um, springboard diving for high school for maybe 9 years. And so I do know a little bit about preparing for competitions. I also did quite a bit of preparation myself for diving competitions and other sports as well. So, what did I learn from all that, doing it myself and then also coaching it for a while? I think some of the main lessons are there's different phases of preparation for the competition. So most of your practice time is not very close to a competition day, right? So those months or years before you go to your competition, you're practicing in a different way than if you are 1 month out or a few weeks or even 1 week out from the competition. You want to be practicing in a different way. So there's like we'll call it the phase where you're not stressed out. You're not close to the competition. That's the one where you want to learn new skills, basically. So things that you've ever tried before. You want to do lots of exercises and strengthening of muscles and skills so that you can take your skills to the next level, right? Now, that's quite different practice from when you get close to the competition. You know you have it coming up in a couple of weeks. And what you want to be doing then is doing lots of repetition of the skills that you're going to do in the competition. So basically, yeah, you could call it the new skills phase and the repetition phase, the preparation phase for your competition. And if you get technical, I think there are even more phases as you get to the day before your competition and the day of the competition. There's other things that people do. They get into routines because what they want to do is perform their very best in the competition, right? So we want to see the competition as an opportunity to do the best performance that you've ever done before, right? You don't want to do your best performance when you're in the new skills learning phase or in the repetition phase even, right? So you want to save your best performance for the competition, hopefully. And that can be tricky to do. So what can you do then like the day before? I mean, some people will try to relax. Actually, that's probably most people would. Once you feel good about your repetition phase, so like the week or 2 weeks before the competition, you've just done lots and lots of whatever skill you're going to perform over and over and over until it feels pretty easy, right? Once you feel good about that and it feels pretty easy, then the day before, or maybe a couple days before the competition, you want to be trying to relax and rest. Focus on getting great sleep. Focus on eating well, and not doing too much exercise, actually, right? So you want to keep your skills ready, but not stress your body out or your mind out, because you're saving up energy at that point for the competition day, so you have as much energy as possible, right? So we'll call that the resting phase, right? So we've got new skills phase, we've got repetition phase, and then we've got resting phase. And then you get the day of the competition is still probably very similar to the resting phase. You're just saving up your energy, making sure you're not too rested though. You wanna warm up as well, right? So right before you perform, you gotta make sure your muscles are a little bit warmed up and your brain is a little bit warmed up, so you're not like asleep right before you go to compete, right? So I think that about sums up what I wanted to say about performing or preparing for a competition. We have three main phases: the new skill phase, the repetition phase, and the resting phase. And then you get to the actual performance, and hopefully those will prepare you the best for doing your best performance ever in the competition, because now you have people watching you and judging you probably, and that's an extra adrenaline driver to help you. Actually, I think a lot of top athletes or performers would say that the stress or the excitement of a competition, or the pressure, that's the word I was looking for. The pressure of the competition can actually help them to do their best ever performance. So, all right, so how does this relate to esports medley now? Well, esports medley is a skill or a thing that can be prepared for doing a performance, just like any other skill, be it like a musical instrument or a sport. You can prepare for it doing these same phases. So what does the new skill phase look like for esports medley? Well, most likely you're going to be practicing these different esports, right? And I think the best way to do this is to actually focus on each one at a time. So maybe do like a couple weeks or a month focusing on one game and improving your rank. Say maybe League of Legends, or maybe Super Smash Brothers. Take one of those games and play it every day. Maybe practice every day or every other day, approximately. And when you're practicing, focus on improving your rank. That's probably the best way. Maybe also not just playing ranked every time, but also some exercises. Maybe in League of Legends, watching some pro players play would also be a very valuable use of your new skills time, because you're probably learning quite a lot from watching other more skilled players playing. Or for Super Smash Brothers, maybe studying, the same thing, studying some higher tech, right? Higher level players' tech, and trying it out. Maybe not playing ranked every game, but also some unranked, where you can play around and experiment more. New skills phase, another good name for that might be experimenting phase. Anyway, so yeah, that's what that phase is going to look like. Then we get to the repetition phase. And this phase, probably best to just play ranked. And just, play a lot of it, I think. Try to use your skills really well. Don't try to learn new skills during the repetition phase as much. Just do the ones that you know well already to the best of their ability, and do a lot of it over and over again. And then then the relaxing phase or the resting phase before your competition. You probably don't want to be playing ranked, right? You want to be, actually, that's an interesting idea. Would you want to keep playing ranked? Well, you definitely don't want to play as often, probably. Focus on getting more sleep still. Focus on eating well and resting your body and mind. But yeah, you could still play some ranked, but don't, during the resting phase, don't think about winning. Don't do a lot of really stressful practice to win every game, right? You want to stay relaxed, stay loose, just kind of play, like, don't try to lose, but, don't get super stressed out, right? Sometimes you might actually have more success winning when you're not stressed out. But you got to practice both. The repetition phase, where you are focusing on winning a lot in ranked, and then the resting phase, where you're not focusing on winning as much. Just kind of staying loose, doing your skills, getting into your flow state, but not putting that extra pressure on yourself to actually finish and get the win. Like, if you win, okay, cool. If you don't, okay, it's fine. You're just trying to stay loose. And then if you have a competition, try to perform your very best in the competition. Hopefully these things will have helped you. All right, I think that's all I wanted to say.